Question for you. Cats like Minnie, who suffer really badly with stress, anxiety, you can buy them a Feeliway plug-in. You can buy them, there's another one as well that I can't think of the name of. No, it's gone. I can't think. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, you can buy them those, right? But, and the question is, yeah, and that's her but. But with animals, right, that are not classed as companion animals, shall we say. So I'm talking animals such as your cows, your pigs, sheep, chickens, you get the drift. What happens with them? I mean, they suffer so badly with anxiety and stress. People don't give that a moment's thought. From the moment that they are born, they may have their teeth cut, their beak cut. They have them done, tails snipped, no anaesthetic, nothing. Their testicles cut, all this done with no anaesthetic. But they're expected to be, they're fine, they're fine. They're like vegetables, they don't feel anything. I mean, if I, for example, got my power chair and I clipped one of my cat's tails with the wheel, you'd know that they have felt that. They don't go, oh, you've run me over, it's okay. No, they scream the house down, just like these animals that have had their teeth done and tails cut and everything else. So they will suffer, and they'll really be uncomfortable. They'll be in a lot of stress and a lot of pain. So yeah, there's that. And then you've got pigs that are in sow stalls. They're not able to turn around. Are they feeling nothing? Are they sure? Of course they're feeling something. The stress and anxiety because they can't turn around, they can't stretch their legs. They're biting the bars of the crate because they can't basically do any natural things. It can't even get to their babies properly. So there's that. You've got chickens that are in great big warehouses that are there from tiny, tiny chick. They're dumped in these great big hangars with loads of space until they basically grow at a Frankenstein rate. So then their bodies are like triple the size, so their legs can't support them anymore. So then their limbs are, painful. They'll be lying in a floor that basically has got all their urine soaked in it. So they've got hot burns, so they're suffering, and a lot of them will die. So yeah, they're suffering. Then you've got cows that are dairy cows, for example. They are impregnated. They are carrying their babies. Then when their babies are taken away, they've got the stress of that. So they have their baby taken away. They're then treated like a machinery, where they basically are producing milk, and then they're hooked up to machinery constantly. And then as soon as they get to a certain time in their life, it's like, right, okay, let's get you impregnated again. So they go through that process again and again and again until basically they are classed as spent. Their legs are struggling to support them because of what their bodies are being put through. Yeah, so there's that side of things, and they're in agony. They're struggling to walk across from one field to the milking sheds. They're in absolute agony. Are they in stress, in pain? No, of course they're not. It's all a lie, isn't it? And then you've got sheep and what they go through, um, treated like machinery there. But all these animals, it's just horrible what happens to them, but they're not expected to suffer with stress. Do you know what I mean? And then they're loaded into fattening sheds, for example, um, in some cases, and then they're shoved into crates, or they're basically they're loaded onto a truck, either for markets or they are loaded up for slaughterhouse. They're terrified. They can smell death on these trucks. The sounds, the sounds of clanking machinery, the sounds of basically them being screamed at. Are they stressed? No, of course they're not. Don't be silly. And the process goes on. Then they're unloaded. They don't want to get off the truck because they're terrified. They can smell death. They can smell blood. They can smell it. They don't have Feely White. They don't have any of these other pet remedy and all that sort of stuff. They don't get that treatment. Yeah, the only thing they get is vegans who care about them. So what I'm saying is, take a look at these industries. Us vegans, we're not lying. We are telling the truth. We are putting it out there. We are sort of telling people this is what really goes on. Have a look, and then ultimately go vegan. There are so many choices out there. There's so many options of foods. It's amazing what's out there now. Anything at all can be veganized. It's amazing food. It tastes great. And if there is something that you don't like, you think, oh, I don't like that cheese. I don't like that bit of milk, that oat milk. You try a different one. Try a different brand. Try a different style of that particular food, and you get to something that you will like, and you'll think, oh, actually, this veganism is not that bad after all. And once you start looking, you won't be able to switch off from it, and you've got to make choices, basically. You really have got to make choices. Do you care about the animals and what they go through, or do you care about that 5-minute taste pleasure? Was that dead animal's life worth it? Go vegan, seriously. Do it for the animals. Yeah, do it for the animals. Go vegan, it's easy. I've been vegan for 2 years, and it's a piece of cake. It's so easy. There's so much out there, and there's a lot of foods that are accidentally vegan as well, that you've probably been eating for God knows how long, that you wouldn't have even known was vegan. That you're suddenly going to think, all right. So there you go. Go vegan, guys. Do it for the animals.